Hi there. I know a lot of you haven't heard my voice. You're probably confused, but this is me. This is the person behind the channel, and I'm just here to show you I made a cool thing in rblx04. A lot of you probably don't play this game, and a lot of you probably can't build in this game, so you might not appreciate this much. But I'd just like to let you know this took a little bit of effort to make, and I have a little song for you all. If you've heard the original song, you'll probably realize that this is actually a decent remake, despite there being very little sounds in rblx04 that you can mess around with, and you not being able to change the pitch or speed of anything. So I'm just kinda like combining different songs and different sounds together to make a pretty cool thing. And I think it turned out pretty cool. The song is called Brick Battle Music. You can look it up after the video if you want to see what it's like. It's pretty cool. This is just a remake of it that I made in rblx04 with some of my own twists added. Now, if some of you guys are confused on why there's a car floating in the air and why there are cars at all, the reason why is because in rblx04 you can't normally play like whatever music you want. The way you gotta do it is that if we have a part, we go to the property grid, you have an has on touch thing, which is basically an event that happens when it gets touched. And so I have a bunch of different sounds. These are all of the sounds. Hold on. These are all of the sounds that you can get in rblx04. And through a combination of these, I was able to recreate the song. And the cars are basically just here to drive over those to actually play the sounds. And the reason this car is floating in the air is because to get the song to loop properly, I need to have two cars to go around, so that when this car right here finishes and ends up right here, I need this car to go all the way down to right here. The thing is, when this starts out, this has a slight bit of delay, about probably like I don't know, maybe 10 studs, maybe 11 of delay before the cart would get here. And so to actually account for that delay, I need to have this be in the air so that there is time that it is falling before it then goes to play the track. And this is basically just so that it gets the length needed. And yeah, and there's this cool little thing I did here that none of you will probably really think about or care much about, but I have a small hole, which you can see as the darker gray brick. And the reason for that is that the wheels get stuck in there, so that the wheels on the other side aren't on the ground, and so it ends up just turning and going, making a 180-degree turn. You can see that visibly when I go like this. You can see how the right wheels, if you look at it, they go up a little bit, and because it goes up, it's not touching the ground, which means that it's not spinning. And so it's just the right side spinning, which if you ever heard of like a one-legged duck, you'll know that that's just gonna kind of make it spin in circles. And so it spins around here very nicely until there's this bridge here. The left wheels fall onto the bridge as well, so it's all even nice. Goes up here. It's like, it doesn't seem that complex, but this is actually like some slight technical wizardry, all for the simple concept of making it turn 180 degrees. Because I originally had like some whole thing using motors and whatnot to make a smooth arc, and I was hoping that like it had the car over here. The car would go through and it would go with the arc and make a turn, but for some reason it didn't do that. It just kind of started driving into it and trying to kill the ramp. Don't worry, no ramps were harmed in the process of me making this game. But yeah, I eventually accidentally figured out that I can do this, because I noticed that when I would have a hole between the sound bricks, that it would turn in that direction. So I thought of, why does that work? And then thought of, could I use it right here? And spoiler alert, I can, and I did. Okay, goodbye. I'll get a video on how to make, like, buyable, purchasable thingy-majiggies. Like, a big ol' video of wibbly-wobbly, scripty-whipty, timey-wimey tycoon things. Goodbye, everyone.